What is happening in the world, my friend? Today is August 16th, 2021. My name is Reagan, and these are your past week's headlines. There are some weeks where everything happens and some weeks where nothing happens. So real quick, can we recap on how cray-cray 2021 is? Is cray-cray out? That's so last decade. But for real, in this year alone, we've had extreme weather events, the UAP report release, which essentially outlined that we don't know what they are flying in the sky, but we're not ruling out that they're aliens. So basically they're aliens. The Delta variant is ravaging the world with 186,000 cases just this past Friday. Daft Punk split up. And the UN IPCC report was released, which detailed exactly the fact that we are driving up global warming with our man-made anthropogenic fossil fuels. The infrastructure bill, which is going to just repair a few bridges and roads, but mostly go to the rich. Oh, I almost forgot, the stock market is roaring. It's actually at its all-time highs, but people are suffering, living paycheck to paycheck, and several maniacs are trying to rush to space. For real, you'd be surprised on how many haters you have. Low-key, check out this woman who just walks up to this other woman and blam! Lights out. Whew. Women are vicious. You ever hated someone so much you just wanted to take them out? If you haven't, then maybe you haven't really lived. As if we don't have enough to worry about, the CDC sounds the alarm this past week on 2 dead from a disease never seen outside the tropics being infected called melioidosis, also called Whitmore's disease. And we can't do this report without mentioning the headline this week that the Taliban have captured now the capital of Kabul. Back here in the States, inflation is up 5.4% in the last month alone. So that's why the Biden administration asked OPEC to pump 400,000 more barrels of oil a day to combat inflation, even though he just had meetings with several governors on the wildfires and climate crisis we're now enduring.
That the production cuts made during the pandemic should be reversed as the global economy recovers in order to lower prices for consumers.
Across the pond, there was a mass shooting that involved 6 victims, including the shooter and a 3-year-old. And a warning Friday from the Department of Homeland Security that violent extremists might kick into high gear and go apeshit on the streets. So I guess, survive? Moving on to weather and nature, probably the biggest update last week was the UN IPCC report, which was released. It was 8 years in the making, which concluded that yes, we are causing global warming. And yes, the only way to stop it is to stop fossil fuel emissions, or your future is completely on fire. In fact, July was Earth's hottest month on record, NOAA says. That announcement came 4 days after the IPCC was released. To add fuel to the fire, the Dixie Fire is now the largest fire in California state history. But we can go across the ocean to some more exciting events in Turkey, where flash flooding killed 9 and beekeepers had their bees and trees they depend on destroyed in the wildfires. More fire? Everything is on fire. Fires from the northern Siberia have reached the North Pole for the first time ever. And Oregon declares a state of emergency as another extreme heat wave has baked them. Just a month after heat resulted in hundreds of deaths in the region, and the rest of us are feeling the heat wave as well. There was a tornado in Illinois and intense storms in Michigan, and probably our biggest highlight was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit the western part of Haiti and kills hundreds and could be tens of thousands. The last time this happened was in 2010, I believe, and hundreds of thousands of casualties occurred, and deaths. Oh, and I almost forgot that southern Russia flooded. Okay, knowledge lovers, this has been your report for August 16th. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe and go to my Patreon to help support citizen journalism. Like I said, kind of a small report this week, but again, Who knows what next week will bring? Talk to you next week.